Hi everyone, it's Dr. Christina Rom, and I am coming to you now from Nashville, Tennessee. I just got back home. I was in LA and Vegas, and people are always asking, what are you doing in these locations? Well, just so you guys know, what I'm doing is sharing the mission that we're all on together, and this mission is extremely important, in my opinion, to the world. Everybody's mission is important, right? We're each our own sovereign person. What we do, what we say, how we live matters. We each are composed of different energetic levels and frequencies. We have pathways in the body called IL2, IL4, and a lot of other things that we're working with. We have our body energetically and cellularly responding to different things because your cells talk, right? They talk to each other. And I say this all the time. When you get up in the morning, close your eyes, meditate, say a prayer, be thankful for your body, and then be thankful for what's inside the body and acknowledge it. And I say that because so many times we forget this is just a shell. On the inside of your body is a city, and that city's talking. The cells are talking back and forth, right? And when you get a cell like a cancer cell, the body can either do what's called apoptosis, which is basically a cellular death. It's programmed, right? You can actually program something to go in and kill a cell, or it can happen naturally, or it can slowly die, which we call as scientists necrosis, right? So all of that is going on, and I say this, you come to this earth, and this body, this environment has parasites and fungus, and it has bacteria, and it has viruses, right? Just know this, it's okay to have some of that within a body. Like the truth is we live our whole lives, and when people die, they still have that in their body, and they have probably more than what happened when they were born, right? So this is something that is real, but we're living in a world where we live in fear without enough knowledge. One of the things that I think is important to my mission is to share my knowledge with people. You know, it says in the Bible and in other religious teachings, the more you know, the more you're expected to help others and to teach them. And I believe that 100%, which is one of the reasons I've done the patents and the trademarks. We're going to talk about a little bit today, and that I'm doing the work for humanity because I'm not allowed, universal law is I'm not supposed to just keep that to myself. I'm supposed to spread that out so that other people's frequencies and other people's energy is better. That requires a lot of prayer on my part and a lot of work, making sure I am really helping you guys with what you need. So people in the Root community actually sent me a bunch of questions that they want to answer. We are in over 90 countries. I've worked in 92 countries, so our audience a lot of times will watch our lives later or do Root Universities later, and that's fine with me. But I like to try to address as much as I can on these calls, so otherwise you can come back later and share this with other people. So some of the questions that I've had have to do with full body sovereignty. Your body was given to you, and I believe the way you look is the shell, but inside's the soul, and you have all the cellular health, and you have everything going in. And I told you earlier, you also have other things in your environment. Just like in this world, we have pollution, we have traffic, we have congestion. In your body, all those things can happen too, especially if your body has trash in it, which is why I tell people one of the most important products I feel like they should take that I've worked on is Clean Slate, because you're using a silica, and your body is composed of water and silica. You're using a silica worked on, and then you're using, and I engineered through a utility process that I had patented, a particular type of vitamin C that I did the same thing with, because not all vitamin C is the same, just not all water is the same. So those of you that doubt that, let's talk about that. Some water has sewage in it. Some water has chemicals, and some water's pure. So no, not all water's the same. As a scientist, when I work on things to go into your body to make you more sovereign, to clean out the body so your body is healthier, so your immune system kicks in and your anti-aging kicks in, that's my goal. My goal is to go in not on the outside, but on the inside and really impact your body. Sure, I've worked on things like Skin Defense and Envirem and Mercy Dupree to protect what's outside. And I want to say this, people ask me about EMFs. That was one of the questions. One of my goals with Skin Defense and Envirem and Coato and with the Mercy Dupree line was to provide different barriers through different types of natural things and components that I would work on scientifically to protect the body. Understanding you can't 100% ever be protected. There's never 100% success getting rid of everything inside of the body, because the truth is there's different things that have to be addressed, and your body, again, is this environment. It's like saying in the United States, can we completely get rid of pollution? In the United States, can we completely get rid of bad water, right, or bad soil? No, we have to plant trees, right? We have to clean up our air. We have to get rid of plastics. Inside your body, it's the same way. That's why I worked on the Trinity, because I knew that not just one thing was going to be able to address all the things in your body. When we launched Root, it was really important to me to be able to provide different things that could help people as they are trying to really empower the inside of your body. So today is your first day. I want to tell people that we're talking about empowerment of the inside of your body. When you take Clean Slate, you are making sure, in my mind, you're making sure that you're giving your body these resources that are going in to naturally help your body clean and get rid of things. And I say that because so many times people detox or they do a liver cleanse. And I know Clean Spirits is their trademark, says liver support, because, and the patents, of course, are not just for alcohol, but the patents also are aimed at helping people really clean the organs and the inside of their body and their cellular health. In fact, if you look at all of the patents that I wrote, and a lot of them are under Christina Cook because I was divorced, and now, of course, I'm remarried to Clay, and I kept my maiden name Rom. But if you look at the U.S. Patent Office, you'll see these patents. And I just filed, I think I told most of our group, I filed long COVID, and then I filed respiratory viruses. We already had autism, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, a lot. I think we filed 23, 24 right now, and we have over hundreds that we're filing, because we're trying to make each person, regardless of their diagnosis, and I want to say that again, regardless of a diagnosis that a doctor or a person has given you, we want to make your life the greatest it can be by giving you different things that really get rid of things like mercury and barium and strontium and all of these things that shouldn't be around us, like the geoengineered food, right? All of that's important. So how do we gradually get these things out of our body? And my thing is, we do it one day at a time. Because here's the thing, it's never going to work to just have this magic bullet. That doesn't exist in life. It's saying that you're born and then all of a sudden you're 100 years old and nothing happened in the process. That is not a typical thing to happen, right? You go through life, you learn things, you're on this journey, and your body's on this journey with you too. So to really get rid of things like graphene oxide and to make sure things are inside the body, you've got to give yourself different layers. And again, I think Clean Slate and Clean Spirits were two that I really targeted to help the body clean and get rid of these things gradually so that the body would be more supported. You know, as a female too, going through an age where your hormones are sometimes in whack and sometimes they're not, this was another focus because I understood that mercury, I understood that heavy metals are really bad for hormones with women. So for me, it was extremely important to start with 1 drop of Clean Slate and water in the morning, 1 drop at night, and then go up to 10 drops in the morning and 10 drops at night. A lot of you guys take different supplements and different things, and of course I love the ones we have at Root, with the Restore and the Relive and the Immune Defense Shield, and all of those are very important to your body too, to what we're talking about. Because remember, you're trying to take your body back to its own sovereignty, where you have control and where you're really helping balance everything inside the body. And when I say balance, remember reality. We are living with parasites and viruses and fungus and all these things inside our bodies. If we've had Lyme disease, we're living with it. But what you want to do is gradually take it out so your body becomes healthier and healthier. So your microbiome of the gut is then improving your microbiome of the heart and the microbiome of the brain. All of those things are extremely essential to providing you back to health. And I think that's what's so important with all the different things that we're doing. and with all the different questions that you guys had. The Clean Spirits liver cleanse for me was a huge thing to be able to try to get in a trademark, because I really wanted people, I hear all these parasitic cleanses, and I love hearing about this, by the way, because I love hearing about other things that I can add on to what I'm doing. But the truth is, our products help that too, right? The Clean Spirits line, which is 3 different steps, if you would take that for 2 weeks at higher doses, that's really helping your body complete, really cleaning things out and making sure that things are doing even better inside of the body. Did you want to add something, Clay?
Are you saying that you've actually worked on like fungal issues and heavy metal detoxification and environmental pollution remediation for a long time, and while people start talking about subjects, you might have solved it a long time ago?
Well, I was talking, when all this happened with the pandemic, anyone that watched any of the podcasts or anything I was doing or my lives, I was talking about all of this. Can you not do that, please? Sorry. Sorry, Clay. He was holding the dog up so that Coato could bark, and I didn't want to interrupt. No, I was talking about this a long time ago, and when I was working on the formulations, Clay knows, everyone else was worried about viruses. I was worried about the entire body and bringing things back to sovereignty. Understanding, that's okay, I'll take her. Understanding that you need to get rid of negative things in the body and then support the positive thing. I think this dog likes me more than Clayton.
Are we frequency based?
So we already talked about frequencies.
Which means you know how to program the body with intelligence.
Well, I don't do anything synthetically, and I'm not a artificial intelligence, computer system, which I have a partner that is an expert at that we work with to really help us take this to the next level. From my perspective, I'm an engineer for the human body and for animals. My focus is really making, humans, and I always say this, people, the planet, and
plants
pets.
And pets.
I can't talk, and plants, all of those things, they start with a P for me, the P, plants, the planet, pets, people. We have to clean everything out, and if we don't, we won't continue to have the changes that we need to have throughout the world. Clayton and I have been visiting different places that have not been exposed to GMOs. Cyprus is one of those. Belize, there's different places that are not using pesticides. We're trying to source things more and more from these places. Even though I am using a utility process to detox things, it's still important, in my opinion, to try to always get non-GMO, organic. And when we get them from places where they've had lots of GMOs and pesticides, I worry, because it's extra work for me, because I'm constantly testing, sitting off for third-party testing, understanding that our products are helping really get rid of things. I went back to school to study nanobiotechnology so I could get these things out of the environment, get these things out of people, so I could really help us have better lives. And that was really the focus of a lot of what I was doing. Do you have anything to add, Babe?
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Oh, I don't know what you're getting.
Look, your followers went up by 4. So my 4 followers on social media.
I don't ever talk about that on my social, but okay, we can do that. So one of the questions we had is, what is the biggest challenge of running a global brand in 89 countries? And just so you guys know, we have more than one brand. We have 31 different brands that we work with. Root is one of the main ones that we sell in all the countries. And we brought in the Ella Pure line, which is the animal line, to help animals like Wilhelmina. And by the way, she has a Wilhelmina Ramos Instagram. It's so cute. We really want to bring in things to help animals. So we brought that into Root. We brought in the Mercy Dupree. We brought in Ella Pure with the skincare, understanding that your skin, when you guys are asking me how do we completely get rid of things inside the body, you have to start with the skin and your clothes as well, right? That's very important. And then all these products that we talk about are extremely important too. Clayton's asking questions about frequencies, and I know that we talked about that in the beginning, but I'm using different frequencies, even as it pertains to the music within the lab and manufacturing, to make sure that everything is on the right frequency, does have the right energy, And it's not just the formulation, it's utility processes where patents were used, and the patents were developed around really detoxing things. I'm sorry, you're looking at me. Is there anything?
Because you're stunning and I love you and you're outstanding.
So I want you to answer. You just got the Inc. 5000, I think, award.
1,922.
That's a pretty big deal, huh?
I think it is.
Yeah.
They say it is.
They say it's a big deal. So Root.
What does that mean, actually? 'Cause
I don't know. I think it means that it's one of the fastest growing companies
in the last 4 years
in the United States, around the last 4 to 5 years, and that is a major deal. And you're 1900, is that right?
1922, which was also a good year.
But I credit really this group to that, because this group has really helped spread the mission of the science and what's important and what we can really do to help others throughout the world. You know, when all this happened and everyone was worried about spike proteins and nanobiotechnology and everything, I stepped up and really addressed the fact that if we can make products like Clean Spirits and Clean Slate and Restore and Zero In to help us focus, we can basically biohack the body. And I hear all these biohackers talk about drinking water and hydrogen. That's actually, there's great advice that I hear all over, but we have to take it a step further. It's not just lasers, it's not just cold plunge, and again, I love those too, but you got to every day put things into your body that are supporting the actual growth of the body. And I call it, and Clayton knows this, we just launched the book Remediation, which is more like a science educational book, but I call us remediating the body. And then everyone's like, we don't even know what that means. And what it means is to clean the body out and make it richer, make it better, make the environment better. So you guys asking me about sovereignty, our goal and Clayton's goal when he started this was to make everyone as great as they could be. And he talks about global greatness. And what he's really talking about is you guys each being great along with us. And I'll say this, if I hadn't had the Root products, no, I wouldn't be working in 92 countries. If I didn't have the Root products, I would not be doing patent after patent every week and trademarks. Clayton and I would not be traveling all over the world. It looks glamorous, but it isn't. It's a lot of work. We wouldn't be doing this alongside you guys if we didn't have the ability to have products that are really helping our bodies. And I'm getting older every day. He's getting older every day. And what I say...
We're here longer every day. We're not getting older. There's a difference.
But what I say constantly, he's right in a way, because our cellular age is different than our actual age. And our goal is to make everyone's cellular age younger so that you can live longer. And that includes, I believe, doing the Trinity and doing different things like that. But we've passed our 15 minutes. We're going to end it. And I wanted to tell everyone thank you so much for the call.